The beautiful Rocky Mountain region has played host to the national pastime for more than a century, and myriad players have called it home. Joe Tinker, Billy Martin, Marv Throneberry, Greg Nettles. But those were minor league days. Now it's time for the real thing.
At 10:40 Mountain Daylight Time, you became officially a member of the National League.
Mile High Hopes, the birth of the Colorado Rockies. Our story begins with a quest for a franchise. Baseball in Denver and the surrounding communities began in 1886 when the Denvers won the Western League title. The players, the teams, and the nicknames that followed always enjoyed the loyal support of the Rocky Mountain fans, especially the Denver Bears.
The Bears drew rather consistently, especially for weekends and special town nights.
There was also a long tradition of successful players, as Denver got to see some of the very best.
We had about 800 and some players that came through Denver, and of whom 600 and some odd, 73% I figured out, played before or after their Denver experience in the major leagues.
Still, the Denver region felt it deserved a major league franchise of its own, and in August of 1990 collected more than 50,000 signatures to prove that this was indeed a big league town.
The Rocky Mountain region, once again, has been in a quest for Major League Baseball for 30 years, and there's dozens and dozens and probably hundreds of people that have fought for an expansion team in Major League Baseball.
We'd really love to have baseball here in Denver because Denver is Major League.
And the Rocky Mountain region needs a baseball team.
We need Major League Baseball in Denver.
It was about 10 years ago, around 1982 or 83, that it started to building a little more momentum, and it was very irregular, but by bits and pieces and efforts to get things going, they finally got into the serious stages of it.
One of the key elements would be building a stadium, a feat which would require voter support for financing, and the voters said yes.
Once they got the stadium approved, and there were an awful lot of groups that got behind that and a lot of fan support, I think that clinched it.
Then it was time to convince the National League that Colorado could field a major league team. The expansion committee paid a visit to Denver and came away impressed.
We just wanted to make some points, and we were fortunate enough through the good relationship between Governor Romer of our state and Governor Sullivan in Wyoming to actually have Governor Sullivan come down to Denver for lunch. That made the point for us much better than we had been able to do by over and over again trying to tell these people that Westerners think nothing of jumping in a car for 2 hours and going someplace for lunch or dinner, and would surely do that for a ball game.
The expansion committee was also presented with a pledge for more than 21,000 season tickets from a city hungry for a major league team.
There were people all jammed into this atrium, and literally completely unorganized. It was a very, very moving moment, and I think not lost at all on the expansion committee.
The committee recommended Denver in June of 1991, and in July, the franchise was approved by the owners.
I'm here to congratulate all of you on the work you've done and to tell you officially that at 10:40, it was a Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time, you became officially a member of the National League.
The hard work of everyone involved had paid off. The dream had come true.
It was a chill that went down and up all our spines, and it's something that everybody needs to be proud of in the entire Rocky Mountain region.
Although the Rockies will play in Denver, this team represents a lot more than just one city. After all, it's the only team in the entire Rocky Mountain time zone.
Well, I think, when you look at baseball teams and you say what's a successful team, what's not a successful team in some of the small markets, usually it's a tremendous regional population that allows that team to be successful. And for the Colorado Rockies, we believe our market region is from the Canadian border to the Mexico border, and it's the whole Rocky Mountain time zone, which basically is about 13 states. It's a phenomenal regional team. People will travel. It's kind of the proverb of Field of Dreams. If you build a stadium, then bring a Major League Baseball team here, they will come, and that's what they've proven.
They will come to Mile High Stadium in southwest downtown Denver. With a capacity of 76,000, it will be home to the Rockies for the first 2 years of their existence. It was at Mile High on July 4th that more than 60,000 fans saw the U.S. play Team Cuba, the largest crowd to watch an Olympic baseball team. That night, the Rockies unveiled both their new logo and their new uniforms. The Rockies will actually have 3 distinctive uniforms to choose from, beginning with the home white with purple pinstripes. Next, the alternate black uniform. And finally, the traditional road grays. The uniform design was months in the planning and was done in collaboration with Major League Baseball Properties.
The Colorado Rockies first started with their color purple. They told us that they really wanted to include the color purple because it stood for Purple Mountain's majesty. That gave them a very distinctive color. There is no other club in Major League Baseball that has the color purple. As far as the silver actually reflects the background of mining in the Colorado area, and silver therefore became very important that it actually shone through. They wanted to make sure that nobody was going to miss any of the letters. Black lets the silver stand out, and it plays a nice double dark to the purple. But the Colorado Rockies are very traditional, and they wanted something that was more reflective of a refined taste.
The Rockies hadn't even played a game, and already they were one of the sharpest teams in the league. The next step, to build a foundation for a successful team. Before the Rockies could fill those uniforms, they needed a front office, and Bob Gebhardt was their #1 choice for general manager. Gebhardt's task, evaluate and secure the talent that would comprise the Colorado Rockies, much like he did for the Minnesota Twins when they won 2 world titles within 5 years.
It's obvious what he brings. He is, first and foremost, one of the absolute hardest workers in baseball. He's a 28-hour-a-day man. He's a very good judge of talent. He's got a tremendous fighting spirit. He's a hard, no-nonsense worker, and he's a thoroughly good guy. Those are probably the key attributes that make him good at what he does.
With the GM in place, they turn to New York for the June 1st amateur free agent draft.
Okay, 2 expansion clubs. Colorado?
Colorado's here.
Florida?
We're on. Florida's on.
Okay, we're ready to go then with the first round, 1992 draft. And welcome to our expansion clubs. Colorado.
The unbeaten Colorado Rockies select number RO143. Burke, John C. University of Florida, Cherry Creek High School, Denver, Colorado.
The whole year was geared for the June draft, and I was extremely excited about it for several reasons. One, we had kind of a skeletal staff. We had about 12 scouts and a national cross-checker, and we picked 27th, and we ended up signing 40 of our 50 picks, and we signed our first 25.
Colorado's first selection is number 143, John C. Burke. Burke, B-U-R-K-E. He's a right-hand pitcher from the University of Florida.
Yeah, I was really happy. I mean, I didn't know it felt real good to slip past teams like I did, but, if you're going to go to Colorado, I was really happy about it.
John Burke went on to post a 2-0 record in 10 starts for the Rockies in his first season of minor league ball. Which brings us to June 16, 1992, when they played the first game in the history of the Rockies organization, Class A Northwest League. It matched the Bend, Oregon Rockies against the Boise Hawks from the California Angels organization. And thanks to Will Scalzitti, the Rockies' first fans went home happy. Scalzitti's grand slam in the bottom of the 8th propelled Bend to a 6-4 victory, giving the Rockies their first ever win in their first ever game.
Well, it was really exciting. I really feel happy for the youngsters. They did a super job. They were down. They came back with a big hit. It was an exciting night for everybody.
Using Bend as the springboard, the Rockies went on to establish their minor league teams for 1993, again strategically placed throughout the West. Now it was time to build the team on the major league level. First step, select a manager.
We felt that in the selection of Don Baylor, we were getting, number one, a quality leader for our ball club. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man among men. And without further ado, I want to introduce to you Don Baylor, the first Rockies manager ever.
Don Baylor broke into the major leagues with Baltimore in 1972, with whom he spent his first 4 seasons. Then on to Oakland for a 1-year stint in 1976. Baylor enjoyed some of his best years in California, where in 1979 he was named the most valuable player in the American League, with 36 home runs and 139 runs batted in. After 6 seasons as an Angel, Baylor moved on to New York, where in 1983 he hit .303, his first of 3 years as a Yankee. Baylor finished his career with 3 straight pennants for 3 different teams, first with Boston in 1986, then Minnesota in 1987, and finally with the Oakland A's in 1988. After 19 big league seasons, Baylor became the hitting coach for Milwaukee. Then, in 1992, assumed a similar post with St. Louis. Now, Don Baylor brings his 2 decades of baseball experience to the Rockies.
He relates to people. He's honest. He just has that personality that players and baseball people gravitate to. And I think once I got into the process and had gone through the second interviews, that Don Baylor just came out head and shoulders.
Don Baylor will wear number 25.
Nothing ever came easy for Baylor, not even finding out that he had the job.
I've been involved in cystic fibrosis fundraiser golf tournament for the last 14 years. I had my own tournament in Southern California. And Bob Gephardt told me he would call either way. And the executive director looked for me maybe about 4 or 5 holes. She looked at the number, and the number had 303, so she put things together. It was Denver, and it said urgent. And once I received the message after the 18th hole, I looked at it, and I didn't want to make a phone call right away because my heart was pounding at the time. And I called him, and Bob Gephardt's number 1 thing was, how did you play? I didn't want to hear how I played. I knew how I played. Was it a nice day? Let's get to the bottom line. But I couldn't tell this general manager that. So 3rd or 4th question, he says, John McHale, and I would like to offer you the job. I definitely believe that just because it's an expansion team, that you do not have to go out there and lose 100 games. I don't know, whoever wrote that rule, why we're still talking about it, so I'm not going to be talking about it. So my goal is to go out and be very competitive. That's why I accepted this job, because It's a challenge. You can build your own players. You can have your own philosophy. There's no standard, no benchmark except you might as well shoot for the sky, and that's what I like to do.
Next, it was time to field a team, and the first steps got underway. The Rockies had their manager. Now they sought to find the best potential talent in preparation for the Major League Draft.
I tell our scouts that we want to get the best athlete that's available, and I think if I'm talking about athletic skills, I'd say agility, strength, quickness, coordination, balance is extremely critical.
If they have arm strength, if they can run, if they can hit, show the ability to hit. We also look, into a player's makeup as best we can to see what type of a person he is.
We talk to their principals, we talk to their parents, we talk to their girlfriends, we talk to their fellow players.
We're looking for arm strength, if it's a fielder, quickness of hands, how good his hands are, his quickness to the sides, how he goes after balls.
He's a competitor. He's got command of himself. He's got control of his skills, and some guys just compete. I don't know. That's that intangible thing that all the great ones have.
It was a time-consuming, detail-laden job, but somebody had to do it, and the Rockies were more than happy to be that somebody.
What we did is we got the list from the commissioner's office that had all the players that were eligible for the draft, and we'd have the guys, whoever was responsible, we'd cover their 4 teams and go over every single player, looking up the reports from last year's, the statistical information, and going off of that. So we went through and covered every guy that was eligible, threw guys out, put guys on the board, and then we sat there and argued back and forth from what we knew about them and put them in an order.
Larry Bernarth, who has served as the special assistant to myself this past year, calculated that all of our scouts, all of the driving time, the game time, the time spent writing reports, phone calls, meetings, that he calculated we'd spend about 100,000 hours in preparation for this draft.
We went through 3,028 players, maybe 1,200 of them were pitchers, and we went over every single player.
Bit by bit by bit, medical records, salaries, playing time in the big leagues, their arm strength, how they can hit, and we've gone over them, and we got them down. I think we're down to 300 or something now.
Finally, New York City, the day before the Major League Expansion Draft. Last-minute preparations were being made as the Colorado contingent moved into the war room. But even now, in the calm before the storm, the Rockies were already taking the steps necessary to field their team.
We've just signed free agent first baseman Andres Galarraga to a 1-year contract.
One down for the Rockies, many to go. And now, with all the hard work behind them, the next day couldn't come soon enough.
It's been tough waiting since we got here. We got here Saturday afternoon. It's been tough waiting, and tomorrow morning is probably going to take forever.
It's been a lot of work. I'm tired. I think everyone's tired, and I guess with a little bit of fatigue and a great deal of excitement, why, I'll be very happy when tomorrow comes.
I mean, it's like a major rain delay in the 7th game of the World Series or something like that. We're anxious to get going.
Finally, they were ready in New York, and so too in Denver, where more than 20,000 turned out to watch the draft in Currigan Hall. It was time for the ultimate rotisserie league to commence.
5, 4, 3.
Somebody outside there?
2, 1.
So with the first selection in the first round, the Colorado Rockies have chosen from Atlanta right-handed pitcher David Need.
Very excited about it. I'm happy the way the people seem to have accepted me very well in Colorado, and I couldn't ask for anything any better right now.
With the third selection in the first round, the Colorado Rockies select from the New York Yankees, third baseman Charlie Hughes.
Great attitude, great defensive player with a very strong arm, and a guy that can hit you 15 to 18 home runs and drive in 70, 80.
The Colorado Rockies' third pick in the first round from the Milwaukee Brewer organization, right-handed pitcher Darren Holmes.
Yes, he was just coming into his own as a closer, as a power pitcher, and that's exactly why we drafted him.
Gerald Clark of the Padres was just chosen, and he's out to the Colorado Rockies, the left fielder.
Say, go Rockies! Go Rockies!
As the day went on, the Rockies began to take shape.
The Colorado Rockies' 9th choice, we're still in the first round, from Pittsburgh, outfielder Alex Cole Jr., catcher Joe Girardi, right-handed pitcher Willie Blair.
They do have a starting team right now, and I think this is the way to do it. And it's obvious that they're going for the power in Denver. So I think that that's going to be a good addition for them, and I really like that. I really do. I think it's going to be exciting to go to the ballpark and maybe match some of those 500-foot home runs they've seen in the past.
A new man at the podium, Dr. Bobby Brown, president of the American League, will kick off round 2 of the expansion draft.
Shortstop from Cincinnati, Fred Benavides. Right-handed pitcher, Brett Merriman. Catcher, first baseman, Eric Wedge.
The Rockies were getting more than a few good men as they moved into the second and third rounds. With each pick, they inched closer to the full complement of 36 players. And finally, as night settled on the most important day in the Rockies' short history, it was time for number 36.
We have 1 pick to go. Let's hear it from Deputy Commissioner Greenberg.
Cleveland left-handed pitcher, Dennis Boucher.
It was a long day a-coming, and a job well done.
We got here at 8 o'clock this morning, and we're just getting ready to leave now. So, yeah, everybody's excited, but they're exhausted. It's been a long month where we've been in conference rooms similar to this in Denver, and we're glad it's over. Pretty much our game plan was to go the way we did, and we were fortunate to get some quality players early that we think can help us be competitive and be a better ball club in '93. And in the last part of the draft, we really went for a lot of young pitchers.
So now let's take a closer look at the primetime players for the Colorado Rockies, starting with the pitching staff. The number 1 pitcher on the Rockies and their first overall pick in the draft is David Need. Need is a 24-year-old right-hander who led the International League in both strikeouts and wins last season. He throws a fastball and a split-finger change, and if you'll pardon the expression, he's just what the Rockies need.
We wanted someone that, as our number 1 draft, that we could build our pitching staff around. With David Need, we felt we had the talent in a young right-hander that, as he continues to improve, could be a quality, potential number 1 starter for us.
Strikeout number 6, and the biggest one of the night for David Need.
David Need has set down 11 straight.
3 strikeouts in a row for the young righty.
Pretty good job of pitching by David Need, folks. 6-4, 3 and out.
In addition to Need, the Rockies acquired Darren Holmes from Milwaukee, Scott Aldred from the Detroit Tigers. Andy Ashby was drafted from the Philadelphia Phillies. And from the Astros, both Butch Henry and Willie Blair, as the Rockies sought to maintain control on the mound.
They're looking for control pitchers to establish somewhat of a rotation that you can count on for a couple of years. And we know that we're going to need some pitchers that can keep the ball low, keep the ball down. We need ground ball pitchers and strikeout pitchers, not fly ball pitchers.
The 0-2 from Holmes, and that's all for Joe Carter.
Scott Allred throws a very good fastball, sneaky fastball, along with a curveball and an excellent changeup, which he will throw at any time to any batter.
Andy Ashby, 6'5", 180, from Kansas City in the Show Me State. Butch Henry has started that consistency you're looking for. And that's an attribute you look for in a starting pitcher, a guy that can save the bullpen.
All told, 21 of the Rockies' 36 selections were pitchers. Veterans, rookies, a good mix to build a team.
play at the plate. There's one. Throw to first. Well done by Reynoso and Olsen.
Holmes 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He blew him away with the high fastball.
And he is gone. Strike 3 called. So Calvin Jones strikes out the side.
Watch where the location is here for Henry. I'm telling you what, folks, that is almost impossible to hit.
Next stop, the backstop, to find out who will be behind the plate for the Rockies. Well, most likely it will be Joe Girardi, the veteran catcher drafted from the Chicago Cubs, and the perfect guy to handle a young pitching staff.
Runner going, throw down to second base, out at second base. Langford goes, throw to second base, and got him.
They're going to get him. He's out. He's out. Holy cow.
And Girardi's also been known to come through in the clutch.
Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Girardi lands a single to center. And look at the Cubbies now. Are they happy?
Backing up Girardi, catcher first baseman Eric Wedge, obtained from Boston, who's established himself as a star of the future, thanks to some monstrous home runs. And now let's take a look at the infield the Rockies have put together. The infield just might be Colorado's strongest suit, as they've assembled a mixture of power, speed, youth, and experience. Good bats, good gloves. We begin with Andres Galarraga at first base, who Baylor got to know last year with the Cardinals, and who the Rockies will look to for his experience, his potent bat, and as an anchor in the infield.
Dave Martinez to the plate. Ground ball. Galarraga makes a great stab. And Omar is there to take the toss.
Not only does he bring power, but almost as importantly, he's going to bring us an outstanding defensive first baseman. I think as an expansion team, you can't afford to give up much more than 27 outs in a ball game, and he's going to pick up some throws from our infielders and help us out, and he can be one of those guys that hits the middle lineup and provides some leadership.
The Rockies are also hoping that the mile-high air will facilitate the return of the big bat to the big cat.
The pitch hit deep to left. It's way back. This one will be goodbye. Andres Galarraga with a grand slam home run, and the Cardinals get a lot with one swing. They now lead it 6-4. Don't you think that guy's happy?
A good bet to play second is former Dodger Eric Young, who brings to the Rockies the added dimension of blazing speed.
Young into third. He's being waved on. The throw won't get him. He's safe.
The versatile Freddie Benavides can flash his glove at either shortstop or second. Shortstop is also home to Vinny Castilla, who was drafted from the Braves and who hit 14 home runs in 1991. And then, of course, there's Charlie Hayes, who hit 18 for the Yankees last year. Who knows what he'll do at Mile High?
Charlie Hayes brings an awful lot to the party. He has the potential in Denver in the Mile High Stadium to hit anywhere from 20 to 30 home runs, and he's a outstanding defensive third baseman, and we were excited that he was there, and we just felt that we had to go draft him early or we wouldn't get him.
If you're looking for the cornerstone on which the Rockies plan to build, look no further than the corner.
Oh, what a play by Charlie Hayes.
Kenny Griffey pops it up. Charlie Hayes have a play. Yes, he got it. Outstanding play by Charlie Hayes. Beautiful. Back at third, long throw from Hayes, and he got it. Wow.
In the outfield, the Rockies signed former Denver Bear Darryl Boston. Then there's Alex Cole.
We know that we want speed. It's the National League. You almost have to have speed or you're not going to win. And we know that we need a couple of speedy outfielders.
Well, you don't get much faster than Alex Cole, who's stolen 40 or more bases in 6 different seasons.
He's got Cole at second base. Cole is running. Santiago's throw up the line, and Cole is going to come home and score. 2-1 Pirates. So the speed of Alex Cole produces the go-ahead run.
The Rockies drafted some potential power in Gerald Clark, who hit 12 home runs with 58 runs batted in last year with San Diego.
There's a pitch is drive to left field, and going back is Leonard to the track and to the wall. It's gone. Grand slam by Gerald Clark, and the Padres lead it 7-0.
And keep your eye on 24-year-old Braulio Castillo, who hit 15 home runs last year between AAA and the Philadelphia Phillies.
Fly ball center field. And Howell in pursuit, home run! Julio Castillo with a long home run over the center field fence here at Shea Stadium.
The Rockies acquired Dante Bichette in a trade with Milwaukee for Kevin Reimer. Dante hit .287 for the Brewers last year, and the Rockies are hoping that he's equally consistent in 1993. Even more important is the defense Bichette brings to the Colorado outfield. For every game he wins with his bat, he might win 2 with his glove.
Drive to right field. Dante Bichette fading back and makes the catch. Look what I found.
Oh, that's what happened.
Better's pitch. Fly ball to right field. That should score the run. Dante makes the catch. Here comes his throw to the plate. It's a good throw. And they got him. Oh, what a throw by Dante Bichette. It would have to be an absolutely perfect throw, and that's what it was. Gagne out at the plate.
Finally, 2 important ingredients to the Rockies, the fans and the future. And it didn't take long to see how the Rockies fans would respond.
All of lower level from section 101 to 123 is sold out. We're saying 301 to 332 is sold out.
Well, the demand for ticket sales has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the demand for season tickets, we're almost at 25,000 full season tickets. We've not sold any partial plans, and we don't plan to, given the tremendous demand that we've had. We think there's a very good chance that we could be number 1 in all of baseball. We know that the Blue Jays at 26,000 and the Dodgers at 27,000 could sell more and intentionally have cut their sales off. And we're not trying to one-up them, but nevertheless, it would be nice to go over 27,000, and we think that's in reach. It's a stretch, it's a heck of a goal, but we think it's in reach with the interest that we've received today, which has been absolutely phenomenal.
But even with the overwhelming demand, the Rockies still went the extra mile to make sure that their fans had a first-hand view of the seat they selected.
We're taking everybody out and they're picking their seats. The Marlins pick for their fans. Yeah. And we believe that we should let our fans pick their own location.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Well, I think it works out better because in long term, people are going to be happier instead of sticking them somewhere and then having to deal with complaints and everything else.
The Rockies know that the fans of the future are the children of today. And what better way to make these kids feel a part of the team than with a fan club, one designed especially for young fans ages 5 to 15. In addition, the Rockies have initiated several community-based programs, including one called Catch a Kid.
Catch a Kid program is a community outreach program we developed for more or less the underprivileged. The school officials identify those kids that are most at risk or most underprivileged. They ask the kids to write back to us telling us what baseball and the Rockies mean to him or her or to his or her family. Once we receive the letters, we go back out to the schools and present baseball gloves to the kids, and they're ecstatic. We've got a wonderful response from them.
And of course, there's Rockies merchandise, available at the Dugout Store in downtown Denver and throughout the region. Even though the Rockies have yet to take the field, everyone, it seems, wants to wear a piece of the purple, silver, black, and white. In fact, it's the hottest selling merchandise in all of baseball.
In 1991, with only about 5 months in the business, we ended up in the top 10, and my understanding is that we'll make the top 5 for 1992.
I know a lot of the manufacturers are gearing up to a tremendous sales volume for 1993. Their bookings were running 75% Rockies, 25% all other teams. Come opening day, it's going to be fun to see what's left on the shelf.
As for the future, well, on October 16th, they held the groundbreaking for Coors Field, destined to be home of the Rockies in 1995.
Well, that was another step towards the reality of Major League Baseball in Denver. We will have a brand new state-of-the-art facility in 1995 at Coors Field, and it's something that we are all looking very forward to participating with.
1 week later, Defense Department satellites were called in as the Rockies went high-tech in an effort to locate the precise location of home plate. Coors Field, which will be ready by opening day 1995, is being designed by the same folks who built Orioles Park at Camden Yards and the new Comiskey Park in Chicago. Coors Field is therefore guaranteed to incorporate the best of the old with the state-of-the-art that is new.
Coors Field sits in an area of Denver. It's next to the lower downtown area. It's in the old railroad yard of the Central Platte Valley, and the neighborhood that it's surrounded by has helped design and shape the character of the ballpark. This is the entrance directly behind home plate. At the base, we anticipate a flagstone material, which is a native Colorado stone, with brick proceeding on up the facade. And in some respects, it almost camouflages itself. You still have the light towers and the upper deck that from afar you see, but if you're right on the street level, the building blends in very nicely and it is part of the neighborhood.
And so, the Rocky Mountain region is about to become famous for more than great recreation and beautiful scenery, as the Colorado Rockies forge a new frontier with mile-high hopes.
Major League Baseball is going to be a wonderful experience for the quality of life here, and the fact that Denver is now one of the only 16 major metropolitan areas in the United States that has all three major league sports, that's special for us.
By the time opening day actually rolls around, we've worked so hard, and to finally have it here, it'll be great.
I think the real reward will come opening day when we look out and we see our 25 players in our Rockies uniforms. From where we started, where we had no players, we had no scouting forms, we had no staff, and now to see this process this far down the road is going to be very rewarding.
The fan support, from what I have seen, has been unbelievably great. They are as excited as we are, and they just can't wait for this whole thing to get started.
When you walk into other clubhouses, they have traditions already set, etched somewhat in stone. But now, the Rockies, there's no tradition, so we have to build our own tradition.
Opening day will be sensational, and once again, it will be a pitch heard around the entire Rocky Mountain region, and one that this region and this time zone will be very proud of.
The tradition of the Rockies will begin on opening day in April with a long-awaited Rocky Mountain Cry, play ball.